Hello. Seems like we're about to go live. Let me check the audio quality real quick. Oh, seems like we're about to go live. Let me check the audio quality real quick. Okay. It seems right on time. Okay. Right on time by the definitions that I couldn't tune in during the first matches for uh mid-season cup at Esport World Cup in 2026 here. This is a wildcard stage. This will be also kind of like a entirely King of Gamers watch along, maybe. I've already tuned into the previous match before. What a crazy one, right? A reverse sweep, if one may call that. But yes, King of Gamers managed to secure their first victory in this stage for the wildcard stage, of course, and that kind of paved their ways into the deeper rounds of Esport World Cups here, especially the mid-season cup. Being the Thailand representative, is going to be a huge one for them. And I think that right now, I'm gonna have to check out the standings for once again. But as it stands, like I think there's also kind of not necessarily a solid chance, but from the displays and also the draftings that Coach Justine managed to catch up for King of Gamers, I think that's a who knows, right? Maybe we can make it as like a wildcard slot, but then if I understand correctly, right, it's this is something very limited, and yeah, probably gonna have to wait and see about that. Oh, we are we are almost ready. Probably about a minute or two. It's already like a first day of Esport World Cups already. I mean, I did get to cast them from last year, and then for this year, of course, if any of you have followed my Facebook fan page, FacePalmTH, yes, I've been selected as part of the Thai caster team to cast in the MSC at EWC 2026. It will be my second year in a row to commentate in this prestigious event, and also probably my first time ever working with the entire official cast of MSL Thailand Season 1. It will be my cast in Thai though, so definitely check that out. Thank you very much. Right now, I think everything is kind of in play, more or less. I'm gonna try to share the whole live stuff into there we are. Hopefully this can work. And then we can share that once more. Right. There we are. This is not a messaging. Oh, shoot. This is not a messaging stuff, right? I can change this later on, right? All right. We're about to head into the second matches for King of Gamers. They already claimed their first victory. So, yeah, quite a good display. Quite a good display for them. And I think that this time I'm gonna try to commentate on. Sorry, I'm gonna try to comment on my Facebook page, Facebook post as well. Who knows? Maybe can kind of drive in some engagement. Then using my gamers. All right, there it is. Whoop. Let me know if the audio is good or not, because for my case, I really cannot check it for you guys here. I just can only hope and praise, you know. MSC at EWC. There we are, my guy LaFell. How has it been so far? I mean, I can only imagine like the first day of the setups is usually like it's usually it can only go up from here, right? Okay, King of Gamers back standing by. Very interesting to see how the team is going to play out right now. I think they're trying to get ready. They're going to face up against the Mongols. Oof. I mean, look, the Mongolians, right? Not only the Mongols as an organization, but like the Mongolians were, for some reasons, they're cracked at esports, man. Yeah, I mean, it kind of keeps you wondering, right? How can you possibly like develop as a regions? How can you find that pivotal moments to kind of use as a leverage to push yourself onwards as a nation, right? With the constant top tier performances, so that you can have the sort of breakthrough. There's all of the top performing teams like from all over the regions, especially in a tournament like MSC, where there's like a wildcard segments for to open up for like a different regions. You're gonna see all these emerging talents all the time. But then, what was it like actually to like make a breakthrough and kind of stamp your authorities, kind of like stamp on you to your existence that hey, we exist, we're around, we're as good as everyone else, or we are capable of getting to the top levels, right? I think that's the like kind of like the next step that even this sort of seeds, this sort of slots like cannot even replicate. And I mean, look, not to name drop a team, right? But then, because the same can be said for King of Gamers. But then, formerly we also have other cards. It's kind of like on the bingo list, and like a bucket list for most of the Macron regions teams, right? Or maybe sort of like the secondary, maybe third tier teams, right? Who's trying to find their positionings into the league here. So it's gonna be like, I mean, oh, some sort of scoop. Okay, we've got Zed and Kazan, Payan. Ooh, New Jersey too. This is like a pure. Okay. You're MSL Thailand Season 1 champions. Okay, Jason Jungler. So yeah, I think it's now official. I think Zed is gonna be their mid lane, sorry, and then now probably gonna move back to be the roamer instead of Hugo, who's going to be they're gonna go up against the Mongol. Hey, Aki. Okay. I mean, bro, you gotta try to find those ways instantly, okay? Mongols. I love to learn more about them as well, but then as it stands, let me see. MSC Wildcard 6. Here we are. You're gonna have K. You're gonna have all of these different profiles. All right, so Nightmare won against. Oh, all right, Verso, of course. That's so unfortunate, man. I mean, I guess for the entire teams, and probably the rest of the teams, of course, one less competitors. But yeah, okay, Mongols currently 1 win and 1 loss, right? Their difference is at 0. Mongols. So they're in wildcard because they made it as a. Let me check. What are their achievements? That's probably it. National Championship, ESN. Yeah, maybe the EAXACL. But if that's the case, that means Guangzhou Gaming should have been in the wildcard stage as well, right? Yeah, they won against the Mongols, but then I suppose like this is the kind of, so this is ESN is okay. Yeah, this is as opposed to Mongolian like domestic tournaments. Yeah, but I think it's maybe a bit of entry level tournaments though, right? Because there's only Champion Academy. The rest is, I think, probably what you would call like a Rakatat teams from Stallions, Pi, Akatsuki. Right, so definitely the one to look out for. The matchups here. They got their coach. Who's their coach, man? Who's the Mongols coach? Summer. Ooh, they got a Mongolian coach as well. Already made it to M7 World Championship. Maybe as a with Team Zone. Makes sense. So they make it to 14th place, which means that it's probably in the main group stage, right? That's crazy. Wildcard 1 star. Oh, they also got Zaxura, probably. All right, first ban coming in already. A lot, and then, interesting. Still warming up. Keep it loose. I'll probably revisit the first game that King of Gamers won as well. Heard that it was like a kind of like an outdraft and a very clean performances. So yeah, maybe confidence booster for them definitely. And then, ooh, priority ban on the XP lanes. We're gonna see the clash for the, what do you call it? Clash for the meta as well. The Mongols, Zaxura. So yeah, the one with the team zone, right? Right now. Oof. Probably the biggest test, and it's the dangerous grass. So yeah, I guess like the Matilda ban was kind of on point, but then you got Freya in the mix here. So probably trying to zone out as much of options here as a respect band. So far, it's sort of like for Arlott, it makes sense, right? Because he got this passive that can kind of open up the visions in the jungle, especially with the dangerous grass. When the grass took more spaces, you're gonna need more awareness, you know, in order to flanking into the main objectives. Fredrin, Bashir. And they're also trying to like ban the YouTube jungler for Kaizen as well. Akai as a first picked. Okay, okay. Being picked quite a lot for Akai in the opening days of MSC Wildcard. I don't think it's gonna be XP laner Akai though. Jusin, oof, Jusin, and then Atlas. Okay. Jusin definitely is something like nothing new for MSL Thailand fans and also for King of Gamers. I'm confident, but like at last though, it's gonna be quite a nuisance, especially during the retreats series. King of Gamers is gonna have to dictate a lot of the openings as well as to make certain of the fight tempos. Okay. Another 2 fights here. Maybe we can try it with okay, Valentina. Great pull there, I think. Kind of like put pressures onto any like out-centric heroes that could be the options for the Mongols, but at this point, like, they only got like Jusin, which I'm still doubtful if whether that's the approach that the Mongols gonna take. Okay, Harith, oh my days. These are all like tough picks for KOG to counter. Both band face are probably gonna solo down on to the gold lanes option, maybe. Could be a Moskov band. Oh yeah, maybe even Claude, of course. Oh, but KOG already banned Freya out here. What else is left? Probably not gonna go with Moskov again, maybe for Payan, but the scaling is gonna be very, very tough on him. Like, they're gonna really have to drag it out to the late game at least. Both banned by King of Gamers. Weezong, of course, the XP laner still has yet to be picked by the Mongols. So far, it has been like straight up XP laner bans for King of Gamers. Weezong already. I mean, bruh.
Phobias as well. Oh man, they're trying to doubling down on for the Mongols, of course. Phobia is going to be a good pick for 33 as well. I mean, it's kind of open-ended because now with Akai in the mix, of course, it's not ideal, but at this rate, I think it's about who can force the game out of the other's hand way first, I think. And with the Harris pick, I think all the tide is going to go for the Mongols at least for the first 5 minutes, maybe even in the first or the second Turtle Siege as well. Hello ครับสวัสดีครับเจอกันครับเจอกัน เมื่อวานเห็นไปทำงานเห็นไปเข้าที่สามย่านเหรอ Alright, Yi Sun Shin with the band pick here. So right now it's all set, and I think Hirara straight up. Interesting. I have yet to see Hirara in action, but it's gonna be picked straight away. Oh, I don't know how much King of Gamers have got that in prepare. Meeting ทำไมมันต้องแปลภาษาให้วะเดี๋ยวแป๊บนึงนะเจอลูกค้านี่ลูกค้าเจ้างานใหญ่หรือเปล่างานปลายเดือนนี้เปล่า หรือว่างานใหม่เลยแบบยังไม่ได้มีหานักพากย์อะไร Zora is being picked. Oh, along with Moskov, of course. I think, yeah, we can still see the same account. เฮ้ยเงินงานใหม่เลยเอาไว้เฮ้ยต้องการนักพากย์บอกได้ครับ แปลว่างานของ AAS สีแบบเนี้ยแต่ว่าไม่ใช่ที่เคยมีมาไม่ใช่ที่ตอนนี้กำลังเริ่ม on process อยู่โอเคZora and then Alice as the last pick for the Mongols. Okay makes sense. I'm gonna share this out maybe to Miss Out official group. Okay Harriet already, and then Alice as the option to match up with Zora. Yeah, I think we can look at the way that they're gonna search for the team fight. ใครวะ KO อะไรคือเขาคือใครอะไรอะ KOM มาจอยด้วยปะครับไม่รู้เลยว่า KOM คืออะไรเว้ย อธิบายทีอ๋อเฮ้ยจอยด้วยเห็นขอโปรไฟล์ไปแล้วเงียบเลยนึกว่าแบบว่านึกว่าไม่รู้ว่าแบบว่าเป็นไงเป็นกันแต่ว่าเฮ้ยจอยมาได้เลยยกแม่โขงstraight up I'm looking for a fight now. It's already half HP gone. Ox decided to target onto Set instead. Showdown between Moo and 33 is also going to be the one to look out for. But King of Gamers still trying to group up at least in the mid lane trio. And then leaving all the showdowns here. Payan has to remain his distance away from Harith from K side. Susora. Get dropped off by now. Lantern Flap. Driving one right in. Okay, so it's gonna look for a trade. Find Makey first already. Now has to disengage as well. First spot goes to the Mongols. Oh man, you have to be way more patient there. .33 as well. Gonna try to look out for any kind of openings here, maybe. Can't, of course, like you have to let the games go into their favors, but that doesn't mean that you can hand them this sort of kills, right? Okay, against Parian. Oh man, turtle respawn in 15 seconds. Okay. Oh, that corner dash is gonna be such a nuisance for them. Oh, sets by himself, 2 against 1. Now looking for a flank, but that got already read out the positioning in the out bushes. Oh. So it's always like a matchup. Right now it's 1-on-1. But with Soxora, it's kind of like a numerical advantages because Payan has to be kept up and on lane against Harith. It can drive him into the turrets here, but meanwhile, the Turtle siege has begun. And the Mongols is first to the scene. Now it's flanking from behind. Finals, oh, Heavy Spin coming in but got disrupted. He got to cancel that out first. Link Spear Destruction coming in from Payan as well, but not in time. The Turtles go to the Mongols once more, but now maybe looking for a trade. Great flanking from Meiki, keeping his friend safe. And Mumu can also finishing off now as well. Oh, you commit a bit of an overcommit to that team fight, Saban now. Oh, Show is still already got picking off. I mean, who knows? Maybe like they have to flanking him, of course, but like for as long as I think now got marked by Ox right now because no matter where we goes, like he always got in reach for Meiki to kind of like combining their efforts in the mid lanes. Gets in fight Ox. Meiki zoning out Kaizen, I believe. No, sorry, Zed. Meanwhile, yeah, K against Payan, you just have to be patient. Oh, 33 trying to reach the turrets on time, but Mumu is not having none of that. Ox as well, maybe. Oh, there's no clear target yet by the Mongols, and I think that may be the biggest question marks that King of Gamers have to answer. Simon's Frost coming in, Meiki foul now once again. Oh my days. This could potentially be a quick one. Okay. Some emoji from Kaizen. Yeah, it's 3-0 right now. Of course, it's not in time to be panicked, but okay, Heavy Spin coming in from Kaizen. 33 to the scene as well, finding Ox. Oh, great timing there, but I think his friend is trying to save him. Kaizen got one already with Zora trading him right back. Oh, Wave of the Dragons coming in as well. Spear of Destruction, I think found Meiki, but that's landed on nobody. Mumu with foul now to make it 1-all. Sorry, 2-1 in favor of the Mongols. Oh, Zora. Trying to keep Meiki at bay, but yeah, Valentina is not meant to be a main damage dealer even. I mean, who would you try to copy on the ultimates onwards, right? It's probably gonna be Salmon Force, but that is such an unorthodox way to counter a team fight, especially when you are behind in this sort of scalings. Yeah, second turtle still gonna fall to the Mongols. Oh, Kaizen try to disengage with Heavy Spin. Meanwhile, Payan. Oh, now is it caught right behind Salmon Force. Case already shipped half of his HP gone with the Chrono Dash. Ox flanking right in, chasing down 3 against 1. Zora was got now once again. It's already 4-1 down. This is not looking good at all. Zora. Who knows? Maybe like they can find some. I think like it's kind of clear from the get-go that they're probably gonna have to kind of focus a bit on the mid to late games control, right? For the early games, just trying to minimize the damage, right? You'll know that the Mongols is probably gonna have the upper hands when it comes to the scaling. Harith probably is gonna like storm the lanes in Moscow favors. So, you know, just trying to make sure that you kind of keep it here with a Heavy Spin. Payan got Case already. Supply the damage a lot from now. Sorry, from Kaizen definitely. Oh, but Zora, Hirara. Oh man. Meiki got now. Zed's trying to commit to the team fight once more as well as 33. Trading in to make it 2-all. But 33 is a bit behind. He has to disengage first. Outer turrets on the top lanes already falls for King of Gamers. Still not as minimized as I would have liked, especially with the damage stuff. But okay. So far so good. And then Mumu as well, maybe. You got Meiki, of course, at the mid lanes here. Then the outer turrets on the bottom lane would fall as well. And then, oh, Kaysen, you have to watch out for Ox here. Meanwhile, Xora is gonna already initiate another turtle siege here. Now Falke, Ox trying to get to the back line with Zed here. Mickey already coming into support. The Lantern's Flare is gonna be the range. Oh, Payan, SOD trying to swoop in for the turtle here, but that's not gonna be all. All three turtles fall to the Mongols. Meanwhile, the minion wave's gonna clash onto the outer turrets at the mid lanes. Here's Xora at the back lines already with the Chrono Dash supplying the damage from K as well. Mickey got Zed first. And I think Mumu tried to chasing down on the 33. He's found Ox at the right back here with Salmon Force coming in as well. It would be Mickey to claim the kill. Zorak 5 Payans. Oh man, 4 falls already for King of Gamers. Now being the last one here. Raider Dragons 5 Mickey. But Ox managed to disrupt him straight up. This is deadly and a wipe out by the Mongols. Oh man. Is this what it's like when I'm trying to tune in for the games here? Come on, guys. Yeah, minimize the damage, but I think that's not going to be the case anymore. Zed be the first to respawn, but Mickey Lantern Flare is going to keep the distance, keep the advantage at base for the Mongol side. Now they're trying to claiming the purple buff as well. What was the gold like? Right? Oh man, almost 8k gold differences. Sorry, I'm still not familiar with the overlays here, okay? Ooh, Ox right in the middle of them. KSM with heavy spin. Mumu got Zed first. And then K as well with the now picked off. KSM will be the next to fall. Oh. I can't even like wrap around the team fights here because it is so... Yeah, it's kind of like all this snowball scaling right now. Mumu, oh, with the Xora set up there. And then Payan as well. Wipe out once more by the Mongols. Oh man, this might be the only watch along, man. If this is how this is going. If this is what it's like when I'm trying to tune in live to the team fights here. Okay, Kazin trading off one, but I think this is right now up for grabs for the Mongols. They're trying to get the inner turrets here, zoning out the damage. I'm not sure if they're even gonna bother to go for the loss. Salmon Force trying to draw that red carpets right into the inhibitor turrets on the top lanes here. Oh! Heavy spin from Kaysen is going to find K, but of course that can only keep the Mongols at bay. They're now in King of Gamers half of the jungle. And then Ox probably gonna try to charge out more a bit. Mortality already being spawned here. Okay, King of Gamers can kind of claim their half of the jungles back, but another team fight is always takes. Right now, most of them are like 1k in goals behind, especially like the top one for Hiraras by Xora. I don't think that King of Gamers figured out Hirara yet, sorry. That seems to be the case. Okay, but at least Moskov by Payan scaling is starting to get on point. Mickey right from behind, 952 with Xora here as well, but he's in the middle of the commotions here. He would force by Chrono Dash from K first, and 33 could be the next. He got chasing down by Salmon Force from K once more, claiming his double. Oh man, the Kaysen can only retreat back into the base. Kaysen try to be at the forefront, taking the brunt of the damage. Xora finds Zeds already and go for the double with Kaysen. Oh, and another wipe out here by with the Payan kills here. And the Mongols will take this game with ease. Wow. Not how I imagined it to go, man. Look, the Mongols are a strong team, bruh, but this would make a King of Gamers tallies go to 1-all with 1 win and 1 loss. I don't think they even... Oh yeah, they're gonna try to wrap their heads around what exactly gone wrong in that game. The drafting's kind of already like being the setup of the expectations for them, right? They gotta be patient. They gotta okay, they're still in good spirits, I suppose. Payan and also now. Yeah, to make it out of wildcards, I think that would already be like winning the MSC for us. LaFell, come on, man. Oh, I kind of want to see like what the casting was like. But yeah, I think we're gonna revisit the first game that they won first before I finish this live streams. So far, so good. Yeah, Team Zone, man, they were cracked. I mean, look, they were formerly like M7 on Trance already. I mean, I wish there was a replay by that, but it was mostly what you would call a snowball games, right? Oh, okay. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, once again, like the scaling is probably gonna fall into their favors, into the Mongols' favors in the early games, right? I think that is the case, but like, I expect a bit more from from KOG's playbook when they are behind or when they have to like hold off an early scalers by their opponents. Now got picked off way too often. And maybe I think it's the correct focus by the Mongols to kind of like pinpoint now first, because I think that they know that if now couldn't find the footings in time, like show would make like 0 to all to none impacts for the games. And then, yeah, I think that's another case as well. Probably like the cases where they don't know how to pick the replays, because like every single fight is kind of like, it's kind of like a consequences that leads up to the wipe out, right? They got wiped out like what, 3 times? Yeah, I mean, really curious to see like how they managed to break through during the games there. But of course, as it stands, King of Gamers right now is 1-all. The Mongols is probably going to be the strongest contenders for them. And then with Hirara in the mix, I don't think that's something that King of Gamers have anticipated beforehand. Oh, seems like a bit of a trouble here. But yeah, of course, they couldn't afford to get this sort of wipe out. Pioneers all still laughter, bruh. Damn. We don't stand a chance. I mean, they're still in high spirit, which is probably like the best to get out of this game. Probably have to revisit like the first game that they won and like kind of claim that confidence back, of course. I definitely have to rewatch like the entire broadcast here. I love to really see the insight on the casters here. I mean, maybe there's a bit of a, I don't know if there's an actual replay here, or maybe like a stats beforehand, after all of this, but yeah, so far. Bruh, please don't crash right now. Oh my days. This is gonna ruin everything, isn't it? Come on. Like, how can it be that bad? I'm pretty sure this is like one of the only... Oh man. Is it just me or is it like the entire streams? Okay, I mean, hopefully we can still revisit more of this. It's kind of crazy, like watching all of this. I'm probably going to revisit the game once again, and then also with the first one as well against VSG. This one they won. Okay, we already see this already. I love to rewatch it again, but okay. I mean, that's gotta be what it takes for now. I understand that we all talk about experience, right? We talk about how, hey, having these can be already an experience and achievement. But I mean, once they're already there, once you're already there, it's kind of like an opportunity for you to go and grab it, man. Brikida and Mirko, sorry.
Okay, confirmed 33.
Yeah.
Now you are a
33?
familiar
Okay.
face. We saw you back in 2017 when you were able to win MSC, the first ever MSC. Now we see that you were absent for a bit and then you decided to come back. So what motivated you to come back professionally as a player?
ก็ผมอยากจะพิสูจน์ตัวเองอีกครั้งหนึ่งครับเพื่อให้คนรุ่นใหม่เห็นว่าแบบเราพยายามแค่ไหนเราก็ยังกลับมาเล่นบนเวทีระดับโลกได้ครับ
He said that he wants to prove for new generation of players for our country or
Wait, so
even
33
who play
actually
in
knows English?
MLBB that if you try hard you can be able to be back in the global stage.
Okay, so no
Yeah.
matter the age, no matter
Okay,
No matter
whatever.
the age,
Translator.
because I think our age to people 60 we are 30 right now.
You guys are 30?
Yeah,
It's okay.
both of us are 30.
I'll be 30
So,
soon.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we're the 30
Okay.
gang. 30 gang.
Yeah, we are 30 gang. We 33.
With 33, that's true.
Yes.
So we need someone that's okay. Never mind. Forget
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Forget
yeah,
that. Anyway, so
What?
this is definitely a very interesting matchup, and obviously MSL is very new. It's in its first season. But what do you think about the competitive landscape in Thailand as a whole? And do you think they'll be able to compete regionally against the more established regions? Oh, okay. I'll
loud.
repeat. It's
Yeah,
loud
yeah,
in here. It's
yeah,
loud in
yeah.
here. What do you think about MSL? Considering that MSL is very new, do you think that despite MSL being new, that they're still able to compete against the more established regions?
อ๋อโอเคก็คือตอนนี้ลีกของเราเป็นแบบลีกมาใหม่ใช่ปะเราจะแบบเฮ้ยเราจะซัดกับเขาไหวไหม
ก็คิดว่าน่าจะสู้ได้ครับ เพราะว่าถ้าเราเตรียมความพร้อมมามากพอ คิดว่าสู้ได้อยู่แล้วครับ แล้วก็คิดว่าในรุ่นหลังๆน้องมาแน่
Okay.
He said that we are new right in MSL but we doing like we prepare so well so we able to fight with other regions for sure 100% and
so he's confident.
he said for the last that even now we can fight right but our younger generation we will be stronger than us so
Okay.
everyone should prepare for it.
Okay, everyone should be prepared because even the younger generations are
Yes.
on the way. They're loading right
Yeah,
now, right?
these are the words from uncle.
Oh,
Yeah.
obviously we've been seeing such an interesting meta. Very interesting meta right now.
Is it?
Do you think that this meta right now favors KOG? If so, why? If no, why?
ตอนนี้เป็นเมตาใหม่เข้าทางเราเปล่า
ก็คิดว่าเข้าทางประมาณหนึ่งครับ เพราะว่าเคเซนเป็นเพลเยอร์ที่เล่นฮีโร่ประเภทนี้อยู่แล้ว แล้วก็ซัพพอร์ตถูกบัฟมาค่อนข้างเยอะ ซึ่งก็ต้องรอดูครับว่านายจะทำผลงานได้ดีแค่ไหนครับ
It's a favor for us for to us for sure
Oh, okay,
because
favors.
our play style แล้วก็Kesen or other players his hero pool is suitable and fit to this meta especially Kesen
okay.
and Nice and because
Hugo
many
locked in for the-
supports are buff
Hugo
right
does
now.
locked in
so
for the-
let's
for the
see
translation.
that Nai gonna do it good or not.
Oh, okay. So we
Yeah.
might be seeing some supports coming into this next best of one. So I'm going to wish you guys good luck. Thank you so much, 33.
Yeah.
And of course, Hiko. And we're going to throw it over back to the panel.
Of course. True, Lafel. True, no true words has ever been spoken. I mean, so far so good. I mean, I kind of want to see how it is. I get to watch like a glimpse of this match, and from what I've learned, it's actually quite one-sided in KOG's favor. So I really love to revisit this game. This is against VSG, right? Okay. Let's make it 1-1, but I believe that the Mongols also have the same tallies, right? Let me recheck real quick. But at the time that I was still exploring that one out, we probably have to look at VSG other best of 1 series as well. Maybe if that's a team that go 0-2 already, then maybe a bit bigger, a bit like slightly a more chance for us to making it through. So Wildcard, okay. So for VSG, interesting. And I found it interesting that they're trying to like kind of cater the band picks to be like according to the Thai meta. So of course, like we see Akai straight up being banned before Kaizen can play them, and then maybe as well for Jusin and then Phobius. Meanwhile, for KOG, why did they also like focus on XP laner bans? There's got to be something behind this. I felt like, because it's one thing again the Mongols, right? We see that you have Alice fall into Mumu's hand and how much he can do with the range, trying to outrange 33. Even with Sora, right? Trying to pitching into the big team fights, that has yet to like be fruitful, especially when he tries to commit it to create the CC situations. Usually, like back then, usually always like one step behind. When we see that the Mongols, either it's K trying to open up the team fights already, probably like now is like more than half HP gone, which probably can be attributed to his the scalings that King of Gamers were behind heading into this game. Okay, Fedrin being picked by King of Gamers. Oh, sorry, by VSG. I'm gonna curious to see whether they're gonna try to counter this pick straight up, or if they would try to establish their own ground as well with this double pick. If you look at the priorities for King of Gamers since the first game, I think they try to go for. I think they're gonna try to go for maybe jungler straight up, because Fedrin is already being picked as well, so that's one less option. But then, what else do we got here, right? You got Eve and Atlas coming in. Okay, yeah, and then Gord and Bashir. So Gord definitely trying to create a distance, especially in the mid lanes, making sure that like they cannot access the back lines for King of Gamers, but they're gonna pin on the front liners as well. And I don't think Bashir is definitely that indicative of how they're gonna play in this particular games. And I think that we see 2 picks from VSG, so that wasn't it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to prepare for my castings for my castings in the. I'll be casting on Friday, so it's gonna be July 3rd. Oh, right before 4th of July. Eve and then also Atlas. So Atlas is actually the meta for Wildcard here, or for MSC. Interesting. I mean, we see major buff, of course, but then Matilda are going to be picked out by King of Gamers. So right now we have 2 major picks that kind of like gauging the distance and being like trying to create this sort of situation where VSG has to prioritize on them, and maybe that can create some openings for the remaining damage dealers for them. Okay, so this is straight up a default ban picks by King of Gamers, especially with all these XP laner options already dwindling down. For VSG, it's kind of a mixed bag, but if I were to read think exactly as it is, it's probably especially in the 3 first ban picks, they're probably gonna go for something more that was like according to the Thai meta. Or maybe it's like a straight up respect ban, so maybe they just decided to ban Phobius for 33, maybe Akai for Kaizen, Jusin for Zed. They probably watched the grand finals. Who knows? Let me keep on replying to people. Hopefully, like, things are not gonna crash. Probably gonna have to shut down my Facebook page soon. I'm not even kidding. Let me finish like replying to the comments. Yes, something definitely is wrong with like the internet here. Sorry guys. Hopefully at the very least like the entire stuff can still be open. Okay, I'm already shut down my Facebook. No more, bruh. I cannot do this anymore. I probably have to reply to the comments in somewhere else, bruh. Okay. Why do I got two posts being pinned? Okay. All right. I mean, makes sense. Let's look at the second ban phase here. We got Uranus and then also for Sora. So it's straight up XP bans for King of Gamers, and then I think for VSG they're trying to solo down onto the next two ban picks for the position that King of Gamers had yet to open up their picks on, which is they go for CC. I mean, we don't see that much already. I see a lot of question marks by for CC pick, especially like during the places, but then in MSL even, right? But then CC used to be a real deal. I remember I have a lot of troubles facing CC, but that's of course coming from a low tier player like me. So you're always gonna be picked by VSG, a nice one. Ooh, okay, and I think Curry, right? Not sure if the picture was ready for them, but okay. So, oof. I think that individually, VSG pick is of course meant for a superior matchups, especially in the lane phase. But like, I'm still figuring out exactly how are they planning to combine a team fight, because King of Gamers and also I think Thailand team is also a team fight centric pieces. How exactly would they do that? Now that's a good point. I mean, maybe the Mongols were taking notes. Like they know that they take it to heart that okay, Thai teams are probably gonna come in looking for a team fight. So make sure that they manage to outpace the scalings first. And yeah, this time King of Gamers managed to got Harith as well. I'm not sure about the win rates for Harith, but it's probably gonna be high as always, man. Curry, yeah. Love to know more about all these other teams in the regions as well. Okay, so it's going to be CCXP lanes. I mean, the matchup with, at this point, the matchup in the lane phase would be interesting. ZZ would just go for her strong suit and like try to storm the lanes in the early games, and then of course with Harith you can barely go wrong with it. Like you seriously have to like committing something committing to an entirely wrong, I don't know, items setups, build up in order for it to go wrong, not in your favors. But okay, we are heading into the first game now.
Well done, team.
So, I mean, compared to compared to the second games against the Mongols that just finished, I think that they were the king of gamers. I think that the Mongols opening up the first fight way earlier, and then CC can keep like Suyo at base definitely. I mean, at very least in the early game, so maybe it's the exact same cases as to exact same reason why they lost game number 2 is the early scalings. And then they probably got some, who knows, okay. Jason's trying to sort out Boro first, half of HP already gone. That's interesting, Boro. I've heard that there's a lot of quite a good words for Spanish. Okay, built up. Okay. Lethal ignition for, okay. Concussive blast for Brazil was kind of like a go-to pick already, so I wasn't too baffled by it. But man, look at how the builds for the emblems built for VSG. Yeah, maybe that's the case. Yeah, let's see. Mark TZ. This time Kaysen can get to the regions first with the Trinity, and then he can even solo out Suyo by JM as well as the first bloods. A pistol rate by Mark TZ, but that's not gonna be unfazed yet for 33. Turtle is already being spawned, and King of Gamers, it's the first to the site. Alright. Interesting how JM decided to cover the mid lane instead. Maybe because of that, like VSG cannot apply the pressure to the turtle siege on time. But now they're the first to the turtle though. Is King of Gamers gonna let that slide? They actually would, man. Oh, what? So what exactly? Because the Mongols also claimed the first turtle, but by that point the first blood was already falling into their hands. On the contrary, this time King of Gamers still dominated team fights, but where's the game plan for the whole like map progressions? Kavi, okay, with Kari. 33 for JM. Let me locked in for a moment here. I'm gonna try to cast this as realistically as possible. So now try to check onto the bush. He's gonna find Boro there, but of course, with the Atlas pick, he's going to be unfazed by all this early game damage. Meanwhile, Seth supply the damage for Kaysen to finishing off Mark TZ as the second kills go for KOG. Top lanes also have the commotions here, but it's going to be 2 against 1 scenarios here with JM have to flanking into the turret vicinities for safety. Meanwhile, Boros keep getting pestered by Nile. It's going to be like a stalemate of a showdown here between 2 roamers. JM's probably already aware that he's going to be targeted by both 33 and Kaysen. So what I've noticed right now, okay, this is me as a KOG fan, okay? What I see right now is there's kind of like a clear real world manipulations. I think he got caught onto it, and then 3 times stunned back to back, but Seth still managed to survive. And now Kaysen right in the middle of the mix here now as well, slice and dicing the team here, but now they're sharing the brunt of this damage between Mark TC and Boro right now. Had it caught onto one with the Z beaming right in, and it will be Kaysen who came the kill. Alright. I mean, that still kind of makes sense, right? JM maybe? Oof. Let's see whether they're gonna play this turtle differently for King of Gamers. 3 by VSG is already at the scenes here. Probably gonna pick up another kind of like a micro fight before having it falling and tumbling over into the turtles. But then that's gonna be up for grabs by both sides. VSG has already initiated turtle siege here. Payen's remaining distance as well as Kaizen. He's gonna pick out one first, committing to the team fight with Salmon Force. Kaizen swooping right in for Burrow. Mark TC's got a turtle, but 33 is gonna go for the second chair with Dixon. Already falls. And the toys for songs being opened up by Kaizen as well. Difference maker definitely in the commotion of a team fight that was. Oh, but okay, a great spacing by King of Gamers right now, trying to pick fight with Mark TC in the area between the outer inner turrets on the mid lanes. And 33, ooh, almost finishing off JM here. He could have dived in for one more time here, but now when Kaizen's probably already know about how JM has to retreat, so they got the whole map control over the King of Gamers. Meanwhile, Boros trying to sever the areas here, definitely. Keeping Kaizen and now at bay. Meanwhile, 33 pushing this minion waves in. He would potentially go for the outer turrets on the bottom lanes here. Mark TC got the toys persons by Kaizen. They have to retreat first. Meanwhile, the first turret's already fall. Sorry, the second one into King of Gamers side. And for Payen, let's see.
Well done, team.
So Zed trying to ship the HP of Mark TC as much as possible. And then for Kaizen to swooping and applying the damage with the flanking from the sideline like this with Salmon Force from Payen as well. Real populations from Dixon trying to hold them at bay. But meanwhile, Kaizen go for another kills with Boro already fall. Oh, and now 33 trying to flanking in for the secondary follow-up fights. But JM would keep him at bay. So interesting how King of Gamers seems to always have a breather in these games, right? So they got the map control. They always have room to kind of like regroup, which is something that we failed to see in the second games against the Mongols. It was sort of like it was as fast of a snowball as it can get. So Kaizen got his turtle right now. The games is actually set up for King of Gamers to actually gain the advantage here. Kaizen is still going to be around, maybe. But then it's going to be up against Payen, right? Meanwhile, for Payen, okay. They can afford to be a little bit more patient this time for King of Gamers. But the rest, though. Okay, so now they're trying to invade the purple buffs here. Meanwhile, oh, Kaizen is already at the scenes here and now swooping right in with Matilda. The finishing off Dixon. And the inner turrets on the top lanes would fall. Meanwhile, JM trying to do it by himself. Pushing to finishing up the outer turrets on the bottom lane for King of Gamers side as well. But that's going to leave them at a numerical disadvantage. Mark TC got dished a lot of damage there. He has to retreat first. Salmon Frost coming in from Payen once more. Kavi and Boro has to be the one at the receiving ends. Meanwhile, 33 probably going to rotating back to stave off James' attempt to push at their bottom lanes. But this can be an overextend by VSG side, potentially. They could be potentially looking to kind of like committing to create a leverage, but right now they has still failed to register the first kill for them. And then we got Payen. Let me check the audio for a second. Yeah, let's see. Mark TZ. This time Kaizen can get to the reach for a second. Yeah, let's see. Mark TZ. I mean, alright. So lots are already being spawned. At this point, Thinking of Gamers has got all the upper hands in the map control. Okay, Boro. Ooh. JM is very adamant on pushing that bottom lanes here. Not sure if King of Gamers would have dealt with that though. So yeah, maybe trying to put one thing more on the plate for King of Gamers, not letting this game be as quick of a snowball as it takes. Mark TZ and then Carvey maybe. But but a lot also falls for King of Gamers, right? So yeah, maybe that's the one where they can kind of use to push the top lanes onwards and give them the spacing in order to finishing off the bottom lanes here. JM got flanked by Kazin, who's already using Flicker already. Ryan finishing off the turrets here. And then with the Salmon Frost trying to inching into the turret vicinity at the inhibitor turrets at the bottom lanes. Oh, and JM got flanked there by now. Again with the Chrono Dash as well. And then Beam coming in from set. It will be 33 to finishing him off with the Burrow kills. And the Lord has now clashed onto the inhibitor turrets at the top lanes here. With all the damage from King of Gamers still in play as well. 33 already extended into the base of VSG. Maybe they can secure onto this slot and look into finishing off the base right now. Salmon Frost, Kavi right in the middle of it, but King of Gamer will choose to retreat first to shave off the inner turrets at the mid lanes. Mark TC would go against 33 still. Ooh. But Arkin's gonna get out damage at that point. Turret's gonna clash here at the bottom lanes. Yeah, so probably I'm trying to look at whether King of Gamer will still have that same, in my opinion, same shortcomings in the MSL Thailand Season 1, which is gonna be their the way that they're trying to finishing off the game, right? We see it in the game against in the grand finals against ACT as well now, Wanderer Pandas, but formerly we're gonna see that there is kind of like occurrence where they don't have like a clear picture on how to finishing off the game, and there were times where teams know how to take advantage of that and kind of like reverse sweep them, right? Let's see if that's gonna be the same thing that happens here. Jason, oh, already got it picked up. Delete JM instantly with sets damage. Salmon Frost from Payan once more, driving BSG back into their base, and also finishing off this minion wave straight up before they can even leave the inhibitor turrets at the mid lanes here. And this is quite a fast rotation by them. They're now reaching the second Lord here. Probably gonna be a secure with no contest now at the lookout, but Kazin would slain this Lord and could pave their ways into finishing off this game for King of Gamers. Ooh, Burrow got picked up in the grass. He managed to narrowly escape Mark TC as well. Finding two, but that was straight up right against 33. Kazin at the front line once more, just doubling down with Payan's Salmon Frost once again. You're gonna find Burrow sets already fall here. So VSG managed to register the first kill, but by this time the Lord is already heading at the top lanes with no inhibitor turrets in sight. Okay, and I think right now this shows to stick around with the Lords once more. I think Kazin tried to find Mark TC as well, but the veteran picks would remains to be tanky. So they can at least invade the purple buff. Oh, alright. Meanwhile for VSG, yeah, they're probably not gonna do. Are they gonna wait for another Lord for King of Gamers' favor? I think that's actually the case. Oh man, they're actually gonna wait for the Lord. So this is a game where everything kind of like going in their favors, right? But with the scaling and right now with the like what 8k goal differences. But then yeah, waiting for a Lord is gonna give like VSG the chance to regroup. Oh, Jason Frikavi. The choice for songs being dispensed. Mark TC trying to flanking in, but got caught in Salmon Frost from Payen straight up. Zed as well, swooping in to claim doubles with both Boro and now Mark TC fall here. Inevitable turrets on the top lanes as well. Whoop. Jason's gonna go for the showdown with Salmon Frost by Payens at the right side. He's gonna find Dixon's. And King of Gamers got game number 1. I was about to wondering, like, okay, are you seriously gonna wait for the Lord, or are you possibly going to like look for some other openings in order to claim that? Maybe like another million waves, who knows? Oh, sorry, this is getting quite loud. So yeah, King of Gamers' first win. This has actually took place before the second games against the Mongols. We probably have to wait tomorrow to see how this gonna goes out. Oh, VSG doesn't seem to take that well. Let me check real quick. VSG. Ooh, what? Interesting. So VSG is actually I'm not sure how to address this, but the location is stated as both Ukraine and also Russian teams. Dixon is Ukrainian though, but they managed to have 3 Filipino imports in Basic, JM, and Mark TC. We only see 2 play. Probably, and Boro is German. Interesting. They got the head coach with Hazer. He's Filipinos. Sorry, that's actually former goal laners. Their coach is actually Jeff. Jeff is right now with Bursard. It's Victory Song Gamers. Yeah, that's what VSG is for, right? Yeah, all the map control seems to go into King of Gamers' favor, but we still don't see just sort of like a peak mechanical plays. I think that's maybe still be the shortcomings of Thai teams or Thai players. I mean, even Kaizen and Payan, we're gonna see that most of the times, like, it's just their way of asserting their dominances, playing by the books, and of course, like, making the most out of it, which is of course the quality in and of itself. But then when you try to compare that with all the X factors in not even top teams, like forget MPLs, right? We're talking about all these other top team in the regions here. You know, maybe wouldn't it be the cases where, or maybe they're from a more individualistic sense of meta. They're probably going to be more accustomed to how they can pick off a team fight. Of course, that is in favor of the draft, which I think is also fall into heavy favors for King of Gamers as well. So right now, FUT is, of course, you have FUT. Ooh, most of them are Turkish player. I found it so interesting that they managed to have like German MLBB players. I never expect that. So yeah, right now the Mongo is going to be 2-1 with the wins over King of Gamers. They're currently top of the group. Group B, yeah, maybe they have it a bit lighter with Verso Time. Unfortunately, have to be couldn't make it to Paris and have to forfeit. But okay, Nightmare is also doing quite well. Currently 1-0. Doesn't seem to take that well. And then for King of Gamers, yeah, right now 1-all. VSG is 0-2. Okay. So maybe we can still do the cross group gauntlet. That is currently gonna be the point for us, right? Meanwhile, Alpha 7 has yet to play. Is Alpha 7 gonna play in today? No, they're gonna play tomorrow against the Mongols first, and then yeah, I think this tomorrow match for KOG against A7. Alpha 7, I think that's gonna be huge stuff. This is an NA team, a North American teams. I'm seeing most of them are American players. Okay, Cold World, Mar QT. We also have Canadians here. And then also Nats as the Filipinos talent. So Rose as the coach. All gonna be interesting. So yeah, just make it to the top 3 in the group. I'm still have yet to gauge Alpha 7's strength, but yeah, tomorrow for King of Gamers, that the game against them was gonna be like the most pivotal one, I think. If we can manage to make it 2-1, I think we can like cling on to the top 3 of the group. For Foot, I mean, man, they're also strong. Turkish are no jokes, man, especially like for the big arc like them. We all know that they're probably gonna have like all of this a team built up for this occasions. I'm not hearing anything, but I'm pretty sure they're talking about CC. Okay, yeah, that's probably it. Interesting. So, I see. Okay, so Nightmare is not having a match yet, and it's gonna be that day tomorrow. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, so apologies. So Nightmare is registered as 1 win, but that's just because it's the win against Verso Time, who's already got. It's kind of volatile, and honestly, I'm kind of see the same thing here with MSL, right? We see teams that are unable to secure an opportunity for them to scale their chances of exposure, their chances to look for sponsorship, and also to display their quality. And because of that, they have to got this ban. I mean, it's tough, and it's kind of concerning for me as well to see the same thing going on with MSL Thailand, right? I mean, like what? It's almost like Infinity War. I'm probably gonna have to do a video to catch up with all you guys on the stuff later on with what is going on in the league ever since season 1 was concluded. I did manage to like picked up in the game for a moment, right? With the whole MSC, right? M Challenge Cup แม่โขง beforehand, tuning into support Wonder Pandas, of course, and BaconTime. It's kind of crazy how volatile MLBB can be, especially for the founding regions, the kind of kickstarting regions like Thailand. I don't know what to think about it. We have Team Falcon Mena against Sunset Ravens. Ouch. Yeah, probably. I mean, that all makes sense, and it's kind of crazy though. I'd love to see like what can they pull off with this. Tomorrow, King of Gamers gonna have a match up against, I believe, Good. Sorry, tomorrow's the match gonna be against Alpha 7. That's the only match though. Meanwhile, let's check it out live. But as it stands, yeah. So, interview.
Tamam değil mi? We were working for this tournament for like a 2 months. We worked so hard for it, and like we are happy to see it's growth up, like, and we can take the fruits of it.
We definitely saw that. We definitely saw that in the back-to-back victory, because the group that you're in currently is widely renowned as the group of death. Now, is the death Foot?
Sizin grubunuz ölüm grubu olarak değerlendiriyordu. Buradaki ölüm siz misiniz?
Diyebiliriz.
Yeah, we can say that.
Okay.
I mean, of course, we got one team. We got one more team in Group B.
What's the secret to this best of one?
Best of One'lar da bu kadar iyi ve rahat oynamazın sırrı ne yani? Bir şey var mı diye soruyorum.
Daha önceden Best of One oynamadık. Yani biz de burada öğreniyoruz açıkçası. Öyle diyebilirim.
Actually, we didn't play Best of One until now. I can say we learned it with this tournament.
Okay, so they're also new to it. So they're also trying to figure it out. But the way that they figured it out, it's looking good for them right now. 2-0 so far. And I think the panel earlier on
Foot
had
is
some
probably going to make it to the
discussions
top,
about
right?
in the roaming position. Now,
With a 2-0.
what are your thoughts on that? And were you surprised with the Minotaur pick earlier
Let
on?
me refresh it real quick.
Can you ask again?
Were you surprised with the Minotaur pick earlier on?
Minotaur pick ile ilgili
Bir şey pick Minotaur.
nasıl hissettin diye soruyor.
Yani metada olmayan bir pick, evet. Kullanılmayan bir pick.
I'm more interested in Alpha
kolay
7.
olacağını hissettim. Yani Mino'yu gördükten sonra kolay olacağını hissettim yani. Çünkü metada değil.
Like, you know, Mino is not in the meta, and when I say it, I said in myself, oh, we're gonna win this.
Oh, okay. So you already was confident when you saw the Minotaur pick. Now, going back to that, What do you think about the meta for the roamer? Do you think it's flexible? Do you think there's certain picks that are good, or what do you think about it?
Şu anda Roam metası hakkında ne düşünüyorsun burada oynanan karakter hakkında? Sence öyle flexible
This is
rahat mı
gonna be
yoksa
a
birkaç
tough
karakter
one
var ve
for
sadece
King of
onlar mı
Gamers. I'm
oynanıyor?
not even lying.
Şu an tank metası o kadar açık değil. Yani Matilda, Atlas, hani Chu. Yani böyle hızlı kahramanlar oynanıyor şu an. Tabii ileride değişebilir. Ama benim için iyi, rahat. Seviyorum ve sevdiğim çarlar metada diyebilirim yani.
Until now, we were expecting a tank meta, but right now I can say the fast characters are more important on the tournament. Like his characters Atlas, Matilda, Chu. I love to play with these characters, and I'm comfortable with it.
Okay, so we're gonna see more of those picks later on, and of course, before we let you go to get
I think
some
King of
rest
Gamers
for
have
the
to
day,
fix
we do want to ask you tomorrow. You are
their
going to be facing
the
Alpha
Prio
7
XP
and
bans
KOG.
approach.
Which do you think is
With
the
all due
bigger
respect.
threat to your team?
Yarın Alpha 7 ve KOG'a karşı oynayacaksınız. Sizce sizin için hangisi daha büyük bir tehdit?
Yani biz kendimize bakıyoruz.
I mean, at this
rakiplerimizi
point, I think
izlemiyoruz. Yani kendi maçlarımızdan şu an mesela
Trying to go with the
analizleyeceğiz.
current
Hani kendimize bakıyoruz.
with the current
rakiplerimize
comp build up
bir
that we're gonna
çekincemiz
see.
yok, bir korkumuz yok yani.
Who
açıkçası.
knows? Maybe banning Harriet. but-
Actually, we are not afraid both of them. We will try to improve our game and focus our game. And what we're gonna do is we will improve. We will focusing to improve our game again.
Okay.
We will analyze our matches and we will be ready for the next day.
All right, mentality of champions and mentality of survivors through the wild card. So once again, congratulations. Get some rest. Thank you so much for the
Thank you.
translation as well, because we are going to throw it over back to our panel.
Okay. Thank you, Athena. And then, yeah, man. It's gonna be a. I'm trying to also familiarize myself with the current setups here. Oh, but Food actually won against Mongo, so that is where the one loss for them comes from. This is gonna be tough for them. For KOG as well. Yeah, okay, so KOG against Food is gonna be the last it's gonna be the last match of the day. I think it's gonna be a tough one. And I think the match up against Alpha 7. Ooh, but Alpha 7 is gonna play back to back to back. Like they play 4 matches consecutively. I don't know about that. I mean, they're probably more familiar with it, with how I'm pretty sure that the way that they managed to win their respective tournaments, their regional tournaments, is gonna be like best of 3, best of 5, best of 7. So yeah, who knows? Maybe it's kind of riled them up, kind of get them in the groove better with how maybe, let's say, okay, no jinx, but what if they got beaten by Mongols in the first game? Maybe they pick up the pace and they're gonna face us instantly with King of Gamers. Oh man. But I think this is it for today, right? We also got day 1 already. No, that can be because, oh wait, yes, sorry. So I think I know now. So it's gonna be 2 days in the group stage here for wildcards, and I'll be casting in July 3rd and July 4th. So my estimation is that should be the cross group gauntlet stage of wildcards. Oh man, I really love to see King of Gamers like make it through, man. But the truth is from the display that I see. I mean, against VSG, of course, it is always great to register a win in such an international tournament. I think this is a monumental achievement for King of Gamers already as an org. But oh man, yeah. I mean, against Food, it's gonna be very fearsome. But let me see the gameplay as well. I mean, yeah, we can rewind. But against Alpha 7, I think that will be the match to look out for King of Gamers. I don't think I can tune into it in time. I mean, probably it's gonna have to take place like today, where I missed the first one live and then I just catch it up leading up to the second games. That should make sense, right? Because King of Gamers against Foot is gonna be the last match, anyway. Okay. Let's see. Interesting how VSG picked Minotaur though. If that is what Athena asked him. Good. Ish. You know the Turkish are also crack at esports, man.
Okay. Kazue. Boro. Okay. He's German, right? So I heard. Okay, so VSG, not at this point they're gonna go all three then, right? Yeah. I mean, it's in dead last. So wait, they are now 0-3 and they got one more match against. There's no way that. I'm sorry, but there's no way that that Alpha 7 would have gone like 4-4, right? That would be crazy, and that would push them into the 4th place. But I still don't. Oh wait, that's still enough. So only the last from the group is gonna get eliminated then. Isn't that the case? They're 3rd and 4th from Group A and Group B, and then in round 2, the 2nd place is already in, and then but the 1st place of the group is already gonna wait in the playoffs. Okay, that makes sense. But only one team would qualify to the main stage, man, and oof, it's gonna be tough. Would there be any chances for Nightmare to face King of Gamers? I think that would be the one to look out for. But Nightmare has yet to perform today, right? There's no match for Nightmare yet. They're gonna go straight up 3 matches in that game. Okay. Let me see Foot. Let me see Foot's ban approach, drafting approach. Using first ban picked by PSG. Kind of similar to I think it's kind of like similar to how they banned against King of Gamers, but I presume that it's because like they watched maybe the grand finals, or maybe they see how what Set can do with Drusin, right? Or how Drusin was like impactful to the meta of Thai teams in MSL Thailand. But when you combine that with Boots, which I think right now, Eve as a first ban is kind of crazy. So they're not locked down onto the positionings. For VSG, this could also be kind of like a default ban picks for them as well, I fear. We can straight up leading this into another team fight-centric games for them. I think that's a fair chance we can make it to cross group gauntlet. But for us to make it into the playoffs now, that's gonna be a tough one to call out for. Basically, so the entire conditions for Wildcard's Group A is to not finishing last, and right now VSG is at the cuff of it. All would depends on Alpha 7's chances tomorrow, and also their performances. Hopefully they don't do too well. Of course, we want to finish 3rd to kind of like facing against the 4th place there, which from the current ranking could be Sunset Ravens. They're now 1 win and 2 losses. This is a team from Japan. Oh, I'm seeing Japan's like they're also kind of growing on Mobile Legends as well. I'm seeing a Japanese tournaments recently. Meanwhile, the Huns is probably gonna finishing off as the first. Where's the Huns from? Also Mongolian teams. These guys are unbelievable, man. They actually lost to the Mongols and finishing 3rd. Oh man, so interesting is that's gonna finishing off in the 3rd place tomorrow. Of course, like I think it's very impactful seeing that Versal Time couldn't make it and have to forfeit in the wildcard stage. Means that we have like what, 2 matches potentially lesser per day. So yeah, maybe that's gonna be the case. I'm gonna switch back and forth here. I'm not sure why is it that okay, I mean, Matilda being picked by Foot. they're probably gonna have to ban Matilda, or otherwise, like now needs Matilda. I think. I don't think that you can kind of like just plop a Thai meta into the global stage and like call it a day. I mean, it kind of already being case with how they faced the Mongols, right? They got wiped out 3 times. I don't think the scalings never fall into their favors. Sheesh. Okay. At last got banned already by VSG. Probably a nice call. But then, yeah, they managed to secure Freya for foot side. Put an open-end pick as well, but I'm not sure if whether that's the approach for the Turkish meta. Or sorry, for the meta. Let's say the last picked by VSG Kari. I don't think Foot got the XP lane. Sorry, got the gold laners yet. Let's see. We probably can scroll to make this section a bit faster, right? Okay, and then VSG shift their priorities to the mid lanes ban. Meanwhile, Foot, I think the same can be said for how they ban out the roamers in Marcel and Kaja as well. But they go for Lilia. So a lot of repositioning in the team fight. And then, yeah, Minotaur and then Hanzo. So the same options, the same ideas between Hanzo and Lilia picks by both sides. But I'm thinking that Minotaur needs to create like a set of positionings, and with how we have Matilda who can anti the CC, and then Moskov who can just maintain a distance, especially when the map is already broken walls. That means the Foot's probably going to have like all the options in order to remain the spacing, to create the spacing, to not commit it to the team fight in time. So Minuan's Fury is going to be less impactful, but you can also look at it as to the damage dealing capabilities for VSG. I think is also quite on point. God can also be their options in order to zoning out the areas as well. Right game. With how VSG performs, I think that there's a chance that the King of Gamers can make it into the gauntlet.
Well done, team.
Yeah, Gideon Q and then Niso. No way they're gonna get solo first. JM, please. Oh my days. Yeah, you cannot commit to the team fight like that. I mean, okay, you got Dixon. Okay, trying to flanking into and picking up fight there. Boros fighting Psyche. Now with no longer being Atlas picked. Interesting. I really like. I want to see like VSG reasoning as well. Why do they pick Minotaur? At this point, like, at this point, and Boros again with the crying emoji, bruh. I think that it might be his comfort pick, because apart from Atlas, like, we haven't seen him with another hero yet, right? Lost Fed, okay. I probably have to check out Group B as well, because that's gonna be where King of Gamers most less likely gonna face in the gauntlet if they can at least hold off against Alpha 7. Against Foot, I think that's gonna be a tough one to swallow. So Foot with the turtle here. Meanwhile, I think VSG, they're trying to commit onto the bottom lanes, but just to retreat instead. Psyche is gonna cut them off. I think there was an opening where they can actually dive into Lilia by Psyche, but they maybe want to support JM first, I guess, because XC is starting to storm his lane way more and more. Meanwhile, Mark TC got cut on by Kasue as well. Blosfed in time. Yeah, that Matilda is going to be a huge problem for them to keep at bay. Kavi against RX. Okay, and 3-person group up at the mid lanes here. Just going to try to punish Blossfed for that overcommitment, but Psyche is right behind, and XC rotating into the mid lanes, driving them out of the bushes, retreating into the turret vicinity. RX pushing Kavi right into the turrets. Blossfed flanking in from behind. He has to escape for his life, but not going to be in time as Blossfed came the first blood. Spear of destruction landed on nobody.
Interesting. Sorry. Let me check my calendar real quick. Indiana. To 10, yeah, probably. That's gonna be the case. Alright. 2 already by foot, and I think that, yeah, probably the high mobilities pick as well as the anti-CC by Matilda is gonna be like something major for the rest of the teams to kind of counters, because okay, King of Gamers, I don't know if Matilda was ever picked in MSL, but probably on a very rare cases. It's not part of Thailand's meta, definitely, and for that, I think the best case to save him off is to ban off this pick, right? Okay, Matilda and Atlas trying to keep their options to be as close to the Thai meta as possible, so they can at the very least they can have the match up like on our turf. But whether that's gonna work or not, like that's entirely different matters. Oh, and yeah, of course, another snowball in effect here. VSG trying to commit on to XC, but right now, 2k goal differences. How come XC can also... Because Mercury Descent? I mean, that's probably going to be the only explanation. So right now, Hanso goal differences is ahead of Fredrin, but... I think it's because... I think it's because of how they were managed to rotate the games on in their favor. I think it's gonna be a tough one for King of Gamers. The best bet is against Alpha 7, and even then, I still think it's not gonna be like as easy as the match up against VSG. If there's gonna be any sort of takeaway that I can give to the team, it's probably gonna be okay. Trying to create a brand phase to be in our favor as much as possible, right? Trying to stave off all the extractors, all the quote-unquote anomalies that we kind of fell short of part of this. That wasn't a part of the Thai meta beforehand, so that we can at the very least like play the game in our own terms, and yeah, let's see where it goes from there. Yeah, at this point, it's going to be another snowball. So VSG has yet to register a kill as well. I don't think that VSG ever commenced a team fight, and I think that's maybe like the biggest downside. Yeah, I mean, it's a past worry by this point. I mean, KOG is through with them. That win is going to be very crucial to decide who's going to make it to the next stage. At that point, just make the most out of it. Who knows? Maybe we made it out of the gauntlet. But yeah, that's just wishful thinking. Okay, Blossfed drawing out, I think, a bit of a damage from VSG's side as well. Meanwhile, Psyche. Whoa! How can he reposition himself that fast? Wait, what? With the purple shoes? Let's see. The Psyche. Oh, so Kavi. I think he got caught with a speedy view there. And then fishing right back out
escaping Dixon's beam as well. Bruh. That's such a nice read by Foot and also by Psyche.
Well done, team.
I mean, yeah, at this point, I mean, Boro cannot make an impact at all with Munoan's Fury. By the time that Minoan's Fury was activated, by that time, like, Foot is already like getting the upper hand of the scalings. Yeah, XE. Oh, is he gonna get punished? Let's see. Diving right in. He still managed to sustain himself well. Mark TC trying to outrange it with Hanzo, but it's not gonna be in time. Boss Vet and Psyche is already at the scenes here for support. Yeah, they're already 1 or 2 items down for VSG side. Yeah, they find Mark TC. Try to go 1 against 3. I think I've seen enough already.
It out. It's
Yep, it's gotta. Oh, wait, what? I want to watch more. Sorry. Yeah, so for Foot, I think that they're probably really rocking this meta as well with whole Matilda at last stuff. Yeah, I think King of Gamers has to neutralize that. I don't want to sound too needy, but I really expect them to fix their ban phase here. Enough with the 5 XP laner ban. I don't understand it. As a blind ban picks, and then where do you go from that, right? There also no counter for Hirara as well. So yeah, we're looking forward to see more from King of Gamers. Yeah, probably gonna have to tune in to watch all these commentaries insightful by Gideon Kill, Niso, and then also LaFell. That's probably gonna be it for
to see its growth up, like to see it.
I'm excited for the game against Foot, for King of Gamers, but let's be real. I don't think it's meant to be in our favors. I don't think the odds is gonna be in our side, but hey, I mean, make it through it all. And I'm still having like a hopeful thought that we can make it to the gauntlet. Okay, at the very least, make it to the playoffs. Maybe facing against, who knows? Could be Nightmare, could be Sunset Ravens, but if it's against Nightmare, it's gonna be peaked, and I think it's gonna be in a nice showdown to see who can send who home, right? For either Thailand or Laos. Really looking forward to that one. So I think that's gonna be it for this stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in, and also stay tuned with us after all this time. I'll be meeting you guys here again tomorrow, I suppose, but that's still unclear. And then, of course, you can officially meet me in a Thai broadcast for MSC at EWC Wildcard stage. We're gonna see whether King of Gamers can make it through to the Gauntlet stage. That's probably gonna be where I cast it, as well as in the 4th of July, which is gonna be the playoffs already for Wildcard, where we get to determine who would make it to the main stage of MSC at EWC 2026. So stay tuned. Peace out, love, bye bye, thank you, ขอบคุณครับ